we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show we talk about sports with comedians. So let's get ready to bring them in here. My man Mo in the building. Mo, what's happening, bro?
What's going on, Frank? How you doing, man? I'm doing all right.
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. My man Jay, how you doing, sir? How's everything?
It's all good. Welcome to 2026, peoples.
Happy New Year. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what it is. And White Chalk is in the building today. White Chalk, what's up?
What's up, guys? How are we doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you all, guys. Okay, it looks like my man, White Chocolate. Can you please send Damien the link, please?
I just did it.
Okay, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that.
No problem.
While we wait for him to come in, let's get ready to get this show started, man, because there's a lot to talk about. Here we go. I don't want to put you up first, Mo, because you know that's what we do. Howie's not in today. We're gonna put you up first. We're gonna talk about.
Yeah, I know. When Howie's out, I'm up first.
Yeah. D Jones just popped in. D Jones, how you doing, sir?
What's up, fellas? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you, dog.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
All right. So one of the biggest top stories we talked about a couple of days ago is we talked about obviously Anthony Joshua getting into a car accident that killed 2 people. Come to find out that it was a Nigerian man, as we expected it would be. But get this, guys, that Nigerian man was charged with reckless and dangerous driving without a valid driver's license, driving with due care and attention, causing bodily harm, damage to property, and most importantly, they said he was following them. You know, I did speculate this the other day. I did say when people start following people, you know, it's an issue. It could become a bad issue. Mo, when you hear this, man, what's your first initial reaction?
That from now on, I'm not going no further than Atlanta.
That's as black as we need to go.
Black as it's gonna get for me. If I need the black experience, ATL shorties. I don't know, man. You know, you said it, Frank. I only been out of the country a handful of times. I've never been to Africa. And it scares me now just to know that, you know, shit like that happens, you know what I'm saying, on a regular basis, just because you from this country, man. It's crazy. And I said the other day, I didn't mean to sound inconsiderate to the people who died and the relationship that he had to them. I really was talking about how the reporters, you know, were saying craziness and all this wild stuff, like somebody dying in an accident is new. It's just big story because it's his people, you know. Right. But it's just, you know, people die in accidents every day, B. You know, that's how I was talking about the reporters, all these conspiracy theories, but I guess they were right.
Well, to a certain extent, you know, they did say he was following him. D. Jones, what's your take on this, man? Because this guy, he didn't have no driver's license. He was reckless driving. He was all over the place, man. And yeah, you know, it came to light somewhat today. So what's your take on this, man?
Well, I almost didn't make it out the Upper Peninsula.
Militiaville.
Yeah. I was the only dark person there. So.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But you said, Frank, you were right, man. When you go out of the country and they know you ain't from there, hey, they try to get you, and it cost somebody their life.
Yeah, it does, sorry to say it that does happen. Jay, what's your take on this, bro?
My take is like Anthony, you know, like Anthony Joshua and you, man, y'all light skinned in Africa, bro. Y'all standing out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, but here's the thing. He probably fought in the most publicized boxing match in the past 10, 15 years?
Probably, yeah. And worldwide, live.
If not ever, you know what I'm saying? Because because of Netflix.
Yeah.
So there had to be a recognition. I mean, the dude's 6'7", 260 pounds. It's tough, bro. But it seemed. I mean, what I read. I mean, I just skimmed it. His driver was the person who wasn't qualified to be driving. Correct?
Right? Is that what you read? I'm gonna have to double check.
No, I mean, cause I'm reading. Hold on.
Please stand a statement saying that the driver was arraigned. No, that's not what it says right here. The driver was arraigned on Friday. Spokesman for the police told AFP that Coyote was charged with reckless and dangerous causing. It doesn't say the driver. You're right. The driver.
Anthony Joshua's driver.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I misread that. You're right. Thank you for that. You're right. It was his driver. Yeah.
Right. So you know, I mean, this dude, man, he ain't certified. I mean, he ain't even street legal. I mean, but then again, what's legal in other countries? I don't know how it works over there. But I mean, there's no good way to put this, man. I mean, it's just tragedy across the board. And this dude lost people that's been rocking with him since forever. And like life is just brand new for him. I mean, it's wild, man.
Yeah, the two closest people to him since he was like a child. Like, that's just crazy. I can't even. It's devastating to lose one, but to lose two, that's something. Steve, you get the final word, man. You get the final word.
I guess my question is, how did they find this driver? Was he a limo driver? Did they set it up? Did his people do any background checks on who it was that they hired or whatever? Like, that's all questions that, if you're a professional, your team should be all over that and making sure that you have safety in place. And, I know Howie's not here, but he always barks at the athletes that get behind the wheel and do dumb stuff. Well, this guy didn't do dumb stuff. He had a driver, and, it turns out that the guy has no license. I mean, think about Uber here in this country. Anybody can be an Uber driver, and you can get in the back of one of them, and you don't know if they have a license or not. You have no clue.
No, that's not true. And Uber, they make sure you have a license, clean driving record, everything before you drive. You can't get an Uber driver. But I understand your point you're trying to make. But
But the dude at the airport waiting for you at the baggage claim, there is no guarantee he has a driver's license.
Right. There's no right. You did that airport driver guy, and you trust
the airport driver guy is different.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it pushing. Mo, you up for the next one? We got to talk about the college football playoffs, man. First, let's talk about Ohio State versus the University of Miami. I was watching it on and off. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching it on and off. I'm not the biggest college football head and everything else. But I think I'm gonna have to ask Jay. I think Jay's probably the biggest college football head of us all. But college football, the college football playoffs, the way they're doing it with the bracket system, I don't. It seems like it's not the fairest affair right now to me. But regardless, what you think about Ohio State versus Miami, Mo? What you thought about that?
First of all, what I thought was that Ohio State quarterback was under pressure all day long. And I'm not saying this. I'm not going to make this comparison because I'm a Giants fan, but it looked like that Super Bowl, that first one with the Giants and the Patriots, when y'all didn't expect that pass rush to be what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude, how many times did they sack him? Like what, 3-4 times?
It looked real similar, Mo.
Yeah, it was. And listen, I'm sorry I don't know the names. I just watched a bunch of clips. But number 3 and number 4 for Miami, them two cats was just wreaking havoc.
Number 3 is Ruben Bain. Bain's a monster, bro.
Unforeseen reason. And anybody who put a hit on anybody from Miami, I mean, they were just hitting dudes. These dudes came to play.
Yes, sir.
And I'm a Miami fan. Like, I don't know names, but if I got to rock with somebody, it's either Roll Tide or Miami. And right now, it's Miami. Man, Miami, they put the hammer down. That was it. First half was all Miami.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Miami was getting ready to run away with this. D. Jones, what was your take on this Ohio State versus University of Miami, bro?
I don't know about the game, but whatever Michael Irvin was on, I need some of that energy. I need some of that passion in my life. Whoever sold him that, please.
Yes.
Going to the gym after this. I probably do an hour. He probably get 4 hours off of whatever substance that he takes. Okay. Michael Irvin looked like he'd go catch 2 passes out there. All right? If they win the national championship, Michael, I don't even want to know what Michael Irvin to do. Okay. Listen, Miami, drugs. I need
Mike-
whatever.
Right?
Dave, what's your take on that, bro?
Oh, with D Jones, man, the only thing missing from Michael Irvin was like white residue underneath his nose. And and him on camera grinding his teeth. You know what I'm saying? That was the only thing missing. He was on 19, bro, the whole game.
He did push-ups. He put his belt off.
He had the belt off, whipping a Ohio State jersey, bro. It was crazy. But to get back to what the game was about, let this sink in, man. Miami is a team that beat Notre Dame, that they wanted to leave out the playoff in favor of Notre Dame because Miami didn't win their conference championship. Now, Miami beat Notre Dame and they beat Texas A&M the first game in Texas A&M, in the playoff. Another team that beat Notre Dame. And they just beat the number 2 team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So what this shows you is that what you think don't really mean anything, bro. You put teams in because of their record and because of who they played in earning that record. Now, Notre Dame ain't beat nobody that mattered all season long, and I can say, unequivocally, they made the right call putting Miami in there. They're in the Final Four right now. Yeah. So let's put all this prognosticating experts, to bed about I don't think they would ever. Damn that. And I've told y'all multiple times, I would die mad about what they did to Florida State, who went 13-0. In 2023, talking about they didn't think that they could win.
Oh, that was a good word there, White Chocolate. What's your take?
All right, so I have to be perfectly honest. I did not watch any college football. I really haven't paid attention to it for quite a while. You will laugh at me because yesterday I was watching a Jefferson's Marathon. So show my age a little bit. But I did look for some clips, and I kind of agree with Jay. And to answer your question, Frank, about the format, I do think that this format is way better than the format that they had before they started this playoff. And there's always going to be controversy over which teams get in the 12-team playoff and which don't. It was the same way when they had the top 25 and only the top few. One would play 3 for the national champ. We'd go cuckoo, blah, blah. I agree with you. I think they did the right thing here. Miami deserved to get in. From what I saw, once they went up 14-0 after that pick 6, Ohio State really couldn't get on track. And, they got a 1-2 punch at running back. And, look, that's the whole excitement of having a team that's number 10 be in the Final Four. I think it's good for the sport.
All right, so let me just ask you guys this real fast. We got the Final Four of Indiana, Oregon, Ole Miss, and Miami in the Final Four. I was reading up, and it looks like Ole Miss is the Cinderella story of this and everything else. I guess I'm going to ask any one of you all this question.
They shouldn't be.
Huh?
They shouldn't be because, that's Miami.
True. But let me just ask you guys this. Is this one of the most craziest Final Four? Like, I don't follow college that deep. But I've been reading saying this is one of the most craziest Final Fours assembled since they put together the college football playoff, brackets, things like that. Anybody want to jump in and we can move on? Anybody?
Let me tell you, I'll jump in as a college fan. This piggybacks what we talked about earlier in the week, talking about NIL money, right? What the NIL has done is that it's brought parity into college football. And the reason why a lot of people don't like it is because perennial powers who could always outspend everybody else, paying players under the table because they had the network in place to always win, that's no longer the case. Mm-hmm. So now you got Indiana that ain't been shit my entire life, bro, when it comes to football. They are the best team. They are the best team in college football right now. And that's because of NIL money. That's because of bringing in the right coach. Doing the right kind of development. And Alabama got skull drugged by Indiana, bro. 38-3. That game was never in doubt. And now Alabama fans upset, wanting to fire the coach, screaming about this, screaming about that. And I'm telling you, bro, NIL is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. Just go ahead and adjust and stop screaming about kids. Get off my lawn because they are in control right now, and they should
Yeah,
be.
the game is completely changed now thanks to NIL. Let's move on. We got to move on because that's what we ain't got enough time to sit on certain things, man. Mo, you up first, man. We got to talk about the NFL playoff picture is getting crystal clear and focused because now the next couple of games is getting ready to be here. Before I jump into it, I wanted to say this. George Kittle, Trent Williams are questionable for the 49ers. Lamar Jackson is set to play at the AFC North, and the title is up for grabs. That's number one biggest story. The other biggest story is Trevon Diggs. He got picked up by Green Bay. And then the other big story after that is Stephon Diggs ended up getting arrested with the Patriots situation. So let's jump into everything first, starting at the top. The top right now is this. Because of the injuries, Mo, Seattle Seahawks, they play San Francisco Saturday, tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Seattle is up 55% to earn the number one seed after beating the Panthers. And if they beat the Niners, they'll win the number one seed, and they all set. If they lose, they would knock the Seahawks down. If the Niners lose, the defeat would knock the Seahawks down to the number 5 seed, and they'd have to face either the Buccaneers or the Panthers in the wild card round. So the Seattle Seahawks look like they're in the driver's seat. They're 13-3. How are you feeling about the Seattle Seahawks staying in the driver's seat, Mo? What's your take?
I started with the 49ers. I'm rolling with the 49ers. When I said the 49ers, everybody told me, rah, 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 rah. Now they in the picture. They in the picture and they doing their thing. So why would I give up on them now?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Purdy's doing his thing. Christian McCaffrey is sitting there looking like a video game all over again. I'm rolling with them.
All right. I'm getting ready to switch it up, guys. Just letting you all know now. I'm switching it up, so get ready. Here we go. Number 2, the other question I want to ask now, because I'm not asking you all the same question in this round. The Chicago Bears coming in at number 2, D. The Chicago Bears, their schedule's 11-5. The remaining schedules against Detroit. The Bears have locked in either the number 2 or the number 3 spot right now. Both positions mean the Bears will host the wild card round. They set for number 2, everything else. But if they lose to the Lions and the Eagles beat Tide Commanders, then the Bears will fall to the number 3 seed. If you're the Bears, D, you play your starters?
Ben Johnson trying to put up 75 points on the Lions.
You think so?
Yeah, they lost to them, week 1 or 2? They lost to them.
Yeah, early in the season. Yep.
I think Ben Johnson got something to prove there. I was the best coach in Detroit, and when Detroit played them, they tried to embarrass Ben Johnson. So, and it really depends on who you playing. Like the first question, win or lose, the loser gets the Panthers or the Bucks. Who cares? I don't know who they will get in that second or third seed, but I think they're gonna play the starters, and maybe they sit them by the fourth quarter because Ben Johnson about to try to every trick play you ever seen, they're gonna do this Sunday.
Okay, so that's how he's sitting. He's feeling. All right, so that leads me to the number 3, Jay, with the Philadelphia Eagles. They 11-5. Their remaining schedule, they got the Commanders at Sunday at 4 o'clock. The Eagles have a shot at the number 2 seed. They would need to win on Sunday and to have the Lions beat or tie the Bears. If you are the Eagles, what do? Do you sit your starters? You play the whole thing, play it out? Because obviously it's a tight race here, because the NFC is up for arms right now. How do you approach this game if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, Jay? How do you approach it?
I mean, if it's me, I'm gonna play my starters the first half, maybe a drive in the third, and then sitting, because with the change in the playoff format, whether you 2 or 3 or anything down there, you ain't getting a bye. So you may as well just rest them. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to rest them the whole game because you might lose continuity, and that bites people a lot. So play them in the first half, give them a drive, maybe 2 drives in the second half, and that game is over. I don't care what's going on.
Right.
2, 3 doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a great point because honestly, you are from 1 to 3, you're almost 1 to 4. You're almost 1 to 3. You're almost set. But it's the 4th spot, White Chocolate. The Carolina Panthers, like they're 8-8. The Carolina Panthers, they got Tampa Bay on Saturday at 4 o'clock. Like we said, the Paradise can win the NFC South and conference last open playoff slot with a win or tie against the Bucks. if you're the Carolina Panthers, do you think the Carolina Panthers come in and becomes a spoiler? How do you think Carolina Panthers handle this?
I think they're going to win. They're playing much better. Tampa Bay, ever since the Tampa Bay lost to the Patriots, they're like 1-7 in
Terrible.
the second half. Carolina has been playing better, even though they have a few losses. I think their record's 6-2 maybe in the second half.
Right.
I don't even think it would be an upset to beat. I mean, I know it's hard to beat the same team in your division twice. And, you know, I don't want to discount or count out Baker Mayfield, but just the way that they're playing, it feels like Todd Bowles has kind of lost the locker room there. And I like Carolina.
Okay, so Mo, let me ask you about this. Let me switch this up and ask you about this, Mo. The remaining people we got the Rams, you got the Packers, you got still in the picture, you got Tampa Bay, still in the picture, Carolina Panthers, you know, like White Sox was just saying. What is the craziest thing you expect to see from the NFC over the weekend? Like, what's the shocking thing that you could see? Because the NFC, like I said, it's a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet. You know what I mean? It's a gauntlet. We're still surprised that right now that the Lions are not in this thing. What's your take on this, Mo?
I guess the craziest thing that I can see is that for some unseen reason, the Buccaneers just show up and just bounce up to the top because they're the only ones that's really on the bubble. You know, I mean, everybody else is kind of solid. Or just seeing that the Bears just go down in a flame against the Lions. Like they get their ass whipped. If they take a loss like that against the Lions, I don't see that one coming.
Okay, so that means that if from what he just said, he don't see that coming. So that means D, for me, what do you see coming right now? Because there are a couple of teams here right now that could get bounced that we don't see getting bounced. What's your take on this, D?
In the NFC, we talking about?
Yep, NFC. It's on the NFC.
That the real 49ers might show up because I don't know how they doing this, bro.
I don't either.
So, they've overachieved, and so even if they get the 1 seed, I can't see them winning the whole thing at all because they missing their best players on offense and defense. So I think real 49ers might show up, and Christian McCaffrey been healthy for a long time. That's right.
Right. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. So that means, Jay, let me ask you this. Do you think the Carolina Panthers are going to surprise the world, shock the world over the weekend?
It's not going to be surprised if Carolina beats Tampa Bay. You know, the old Baker showed up. You know, he's out there making mistakes, you know, in a bad way, you know, that's costing his team games. Like last week, they were driving. They had a chance to win that game, and he throws a late interception, you know, deep on the other team's end, game over. So I don't think anyone would be surprised if Carolina wins that game against Tampa, given how they played over the past month and a half.
Okay. All right. So White Chocolate, let me ask you about Green Bay Packers. Do you think the Trevor Diggs situation with Trevor getting picked up, first gets cut at the beginning of the week by Dallas, which is a surprise, then gets picked up by Green Bay, gets reunited with Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons ain't playing. So do you think that pickup helps the defense in the Green Bay situation? Because, you know, we all know Green Bay is playing Minnesota. Green Bay needs to win and they locked in at number 7 seed, but they need some help to get in. They need some help. What's your take on this? Do you think that helps lift the defense and help lift them to win the game?
He's not having a good year, but, you know, anytime you can get free help and a guy that's, you know, been known as a good player, I don't see how it could hurt. All hands on deck. Good pickup. You know, you got him for nothing. You know, why not take a chance? You got nothing to lose.
You said it, bro. Now switch over to the AFC. How about that, Mo? You ready for the AFC? Let's talk about the Denver Broncos, Mo. The Denver Broncos play the LA Chargers Sunday at 4:25. They locked in. They beat the Chargers, or the Patriots lose and the Jaguars lose to the Titans. But most notably, let's just say this: they could rest some of the starters and they could be set. But they have, let's see, what is the percentage? They have an 80-something% chance up here of locking in the number 1 seed. How are you feeling about the Denver Broncos heading into the playoffs with playing the Chargers?
Well, I mean, I think no matter what they end, but I don't see the Broncos going too far in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They had a good season. You know what I'm saying? But they had a lot of come from behind wins. A lot of times they were just lucky, and I don't see them going far in the playoffs. So they in, rest your starters because they're going to need them because whoever they got to play that first round, that's going to be their last game of the season.
All right, I hear you with that one. So D Jones, that means that the Patriots that come in at the number 2 seed right now, if they want the number 1 seed, they need some help. If they want the number 1 seed, they got to beat the Dolphins and the Broncos got to lose the Chargers. But if you're the Patriots, D, do you want the number 1 seed? Do you sit some of your starters? How you play it if you're the Patriots, D?
Of course, I want the number 1 seed. I'm not trying to play the Bills in the first round. Like, I'm not trying to play Josh. Josh Allen probably the best quarterback in the AFC, and I don't want him first. I want somebody else to handle that business. So, yes, I want the first seed. I want to get the offensive line healthy. I want to get some of the defensive healthy, and I want to pray that Stephon don't get locked up or because we need him. Okay, he didn't do nothing wrong. I'm here. He need to call Top Dog Law, right?
Oh shit!
He do need to call somebody. So Jay, that leaves me the number 3 seed. Man, is the Jacksonville Jaguars, 12-4. They play Tennessee Titans at 1 p.m. If they want the number 1 seed, they got to obviously beat the Titans and the Broncos lose to the Chargers and the Patriots lose to the Dolphins. If they don't want the number 1 seed, they all right. They all right. If you're the Jacksonville Jaguars right now, they have an 86% chance of the AFC South, and they can make it easy on themselves by beating the Titans tomorrow, Sunday. They can make it easy on themselves. They could. How do you play if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars? Do you play everybody, sit your starters? You set at the number 3 seed unless you think that they should try to go after the 1 seed. What do you think they should do, Jay?
Yeah. First off, the word of the day, kids, is Tussie. Okay. Ask Stephon Diggs what it is. Okay. Ask him what it is because he's really familiar with it. Listen, they got a lot to play for because this is a crazy stat. I mentioned either this week or last week, Jacksonville was up by 19 points going into the 4th quarter on the Houston Texans.
Right.
And they blew a 19-point lead and lost that game. Jacksonville has not lost a game since. Here's the other thing. The Texans have not lost another game since.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville, they got to go out there and handle business with the Titans, especially, with them in Jacksonville, because the seeding matters. I mean, they can still lose the division.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they want to play for the division title. I mean, if nothing else, they want that. So, I mean, are they at the playoffs? No, but I think they'd rather host a game and have somebody like the Chargers come in, or like, some other lesser AFC team come in, in their own stadium, for that first game rather than, than be on the road for the whole thing.
That's an excellent point, bro. That's an excellent point. Well, which brings me to the next one, Steve. White chocolate. We got a huge game with Baltimore playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers coming in at the number 4 seed. They're 9-7. It's simple. You win, you're in. It's that simple. It don't get any simpler than that. There's a lot to play for, but I think this, Steve. I think there's more to play for than people are talking about. I think jobs are on the line. I think legacy's on the line. I think Lamar Jackson's conversation with Lamar Jackson's on the line. There's just so much more than a lot of people are saying. And there's some people who even probably bringing that up. What's your take on this, Steve? What you think?
I agree with you. These games are usually bloodbaths between these two. And Pittsburgh won the first matchup, so there's a revenge factor at play. The division's on the line. Jobs on the line. John Harbaugh's on the hot seat. Mike Tomlin is kind of sort of on the hot seat. So, listen, whoever survives and whoever coaches, I think it's going to come down to coaching. Whoever coaches better in this game because they're going to hammer the hell out of each other. I like Baltimore in the rematch. Pittsburgh, I don't know. Tomlin has had the horseshoe and made the playoffs every single year. And I think it's possible that his luck runs out.
All right, so Mo, that brings me to a couple of other remaining teams in here. The Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are right now according to the NFL, the Houston Texans have the #1 defense in the league. The Houston Texans do right this moment. Are we overlooking the Houston Texans who are coming in at #5, Mo? And do you think the Houston Texans who play this weekend? Let me see. Houston Texans play the Indianapolis Colts. If you're the Houston Texans, what do? Sit your starters, play to win. How do you handle this? How do you approach this weekend?
I think if I'm the Houston Texans, since I'm an underdog, people are sleeping on me, playing to win. I think they should just ride the wave until the wave stops, until they win it all. You know what I'm saying? Just put it all in, push all the chips to the table, because there's another team nobody's seen coming. Nobody talked about the Houston Texans being in this position, but they out there and people are scared of them.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. D. Jones, that brings me up to the LA Chargers. The LA Chargers lost a couple of games that they should have won. And people are upset. They're 11-5. You could easily have a conversation and saying that they could be 13 and or maybe 12-3. There's a couple of games in there that they should have won. They collapsed in the last couple of weeks. How do you approach this weekend if you're the LA Chargers? Because like I said, they're playing the Denver Broncos, and the Denver Broncos are the #1 seed.
And I spoke wrong. Right now, how the seeding is, if it was right now, the Patriots would play the Chargers,
right,
and the Bills would play those Jags,
right.
So right now, I'm going.
No, actually, that's incorrect. I'm looking at it right now. If the playoffs ended today, the Patriots would play Buffalo in the first round because it's 2 versus 7, and Denver would have the bye.
The Chargers.
Right.
Nope. The Chargers are 6th.
The Chargers 6, yeah. And you don't forget, #1 plays the highest seed, highest remaining seed.
Well, they play the highest seed of who's left.
Of who's left, right?
They got it projected as.
Okay.
Chargers being #7 and the Bills being #6. But anyway, the Chargers should play everybody this Sunday. They should try to beat the Broncos for morale. Like, just play as tough as you can and beat the Broncos. The Broncos need a loss. And
Herbert's not playing.
Yeah,
the quarterback's not playing. Herbert, he's out with a broken left hand.
Go out there and you play for us. So the Patriots are #1. That's what
I like D. D don't hide it at all. He don't hide it.
Listen, if you really want it to work out right, I'm sorry to cut in. If you really want it to work out correctly, you want the Chargers to lose and you want the Patriots to stay in the #2 seed, then they'd get the Chargers in the first round. And Buffalo will beat the Jets because they're going to stomp them. That's how it should work.
Either way.
Jay, let me ask you this. Now, we looking at the Chargers 6. Let's look at #7. The Buffalo Bills are 11-5. They got the New York Jets. That's probably the easiest game for any of these teams this weekend, because the Jets are, let's be honest, the Jets are the worst team in football right now. And the Bills can rest everybody. If you're the Bills, how do you approach this right now? Because like I said, you're 7. You're 7 right now. You need some help. You know what I mean? What do you do, Jay?
Well, I know one game that the Chargers had no business winning, and that was at 35-6, skull dragging out in Duval County, Florida.
Yep.
I digress. But if I'm Buffalo, you gotta go out to win that game against the Jets and hope that some weird stuff happens that allows you to get out that 7 spot. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't want to play the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they really want to pay that. I mean, like play that team in the first round. But then again, that they might prefer them to Denver. Like Denver I think has a better defense, but they got Bo Nix. The Patriots have a good defense, but they got a second-year quarterback who ain't been in the playoffs yet. So if it's me, I'd rather play Denver than the Patriots. So I'm gonna go try to kill the Jets. I mean, come on. I mean, no, they already beef jerky. All right. I mean, they've been dead, bro. So just win the game against the Jets and hope that somehow you can get from the 7th seed to the 6th seed or something like that.
Yeah, because you need some help. I will say this though. I don't think anybody is paying attention to the Denver Broncos white chocolate for the one simple fact being they got home field advantage right now. there's a lot of teams still sitting in a bubble, but to go play a mile high, it affects your oxygen. You know what I mean? It affects your oxygen. So I guess my remaining question about the AFC side for you is, what surprise do you expect to see, if any, and out of the AFC?
Surprise, I would say Buffalo making it to the AFC Championship game, or somehow playing Denver, only because out of all the quarterbacks that are in that conference, Josh Allen's still the best quarterback. And if you have the best quarterback, you have the best chance to win. So it would be a little bit of a surprise to me to see them. This is their best opportunity without Kansas City being in the playoffs. They haven't been able to get over the hump. Last year, resting players against the Patriots did not help them. So I agree with Jay. They have to go all out, and they have to play everybody at least for the first half and pop the Jets and stay on track. So
Mo, D. Jones, Jay, what surprise you see out of the AFC? Any surprise? Anyone want to go first? Mo, Jay,
Baltimore winning the AFC Championship.
Okay, all right.
That would be surprising.
Yeah. What you got, D?
Them Jags win. I don't. You know, I'm anti-Jag. I'm proud Jag. I'm not gonna raise my kids as Jags fans.
Hey, listen. All that talk about the Denver altitude, I know one animal that's unaffected by the altitude that went in there and thumped them boys 34-20 in their own building. I know this. Nobody want to see them jungle cats. I'm trying to told y'all, you write it down today.
If all the AFC quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence would probably be 1, 2, 3, 5th.
No. He's the second best quarterback in the AFC playing right now.
In the
You really are.
I would only take Josh Allen over Trevor Lawrence right now.
Really? Not Drake May either? You want to take Drake May?
Second year. Trevor Lawrence been in the playoffs before. He was down by 4 touchdowns to the Chargers, came back and won the game and almost beat Kansas City in Kansas City. So trust me, bro, as long as he keeps his turnovers to a minimum, they are a very, very, very hard team to beat.
Yeah, they're dangerous. But to me, I said it before. I said it several times. To me, the scariest team in the AFC is the Houston Texans. To me, if you ask me, because
that defense is nasty.
That defense is one of the best defenses I've seen since Philadelphia. Like I ain't seen, So
Frank, real quick, you didn't bring this up, and I'm surprised. If I'm Phillip Rivers, I hurt myself reaching for a Gatorade cup for that game start, man.
actually, he's not playing. They have another guy playing.
Oh, he's smart. That's what I'm talking about. Like, why would he go?
Smart for not getting him killed. He's the one that made the decision to pull the plug. Let me say this real quick, Frank. Let me say this real quick. My wife is a Jaguars fan.
Yes, sir.
If they somehow beat the Patriots in the playoffs, I'm sending her and her Mark Brunell jersey down to Florida to go with you, Jay. She can stay there, and you guys can celebrate because she's going to be unbearable, and I'm not going to deal with it.
She old school, baby. She got the number 8.
She does have number 8.
I'll leave you all with this. The scariest team to me is definitely the Houston Texans, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jacksonville Jaguars. But I got the New England Patriots coming out. I ain't gonna lie. As a Patriots fan, I still think, and I've said this to a couple of my friends, it'd be crazy. I just think the NFL is gonna line this up. It'd be crazy if it's the Bears and the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I think that's just, I just think it's headed to that. I don't know why. I have that feeling. You know what I mean?
I know why. Fandom.
No, I mean fandom for the Patriots, but I'm thinking of all the storylines. Like I look at all the teams with the storylines and the money that's being. People are overlooking one thing. People are overlooking the Bears heavily, and the Bears got some of the best storylines. And they got. I mean, the NFL people really want to get behind Caleb Williams for some reason. They keep talking about this dude on all the sites and everything else all day long. And I've seen, the odds. I looked at a couple of odds for some of the teams and everything else. If the Bears play the Patriots, the players' odds, and Steve gonna like this part, the odds of the interaction with the gambling is the highest if it's the Bears and the Patriots. So I'm just thinking, I'm saying right now,
you have number 1 versus number 3 in that draft.
And that's all of it, all the storylines. That's why I'm saying.
Last
right
year,
now,
Caleb Williams was bad because they had bad coaching.
Terrible coaching. and bad personnel too. I mean, let's not undersell. They got better personnel wise with the Bears,
Right.
but the issue with the Patriots is this, and why I don't think that they can do it. Their quarterback is a second-year player that's never been in the playoffs, and their second best offensive player is a rookie. You know, in the running back out of Ohio State, who's never been in the playoffs before. It's different. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to see your team so heavily reliant on young guys, you know, navigating that playoff.
Hey,
that playoff thing is crazy.
let me throw this out there. I remember John Madden saying that the Patriots should have took a knee when Tom Brady led them down the field against the Rams to win the Super Bowl. And that was his second year, and he wasn't even the start at the beginning. So it can happen.
It was a veteran team, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, your best player was not your two best players were not a second-year player and a first-year player.
Correct.
I
agree with that.
That was not the case.
I know.
On any given Sunday, Jay, on any given Sunday.
No question.
Yeah. All right, so let me jump into the NBA right now. I can jump into this because there's a lot of trade talk. There's a lot of talk that's going on right now. Mo, you're going to put you up first because some of the stuff I read today, I couldn't wait to talk to you guys about this. So here we go. Well, I'll put this as top story in sports. I read an article today in Yahoo, and I almost sent it to you guys. Matter of fact, I probably still will send it to you guys. It says, how to make the NBA better. And this guy had 7 New Year's resolutions for the league in 2026. I don't know if y'all saw this, but
I did not.
This article is kind of hilarious. You know what? I'm going to give you all 7, and I'm going to tell you, and then we'll attack each one. Okay. My favorite one is the last one. I'm going to tell you this right now, Mo. My favorite is the last one. Number 1, make it a 58-game regular season. 2, abolish the draft, establish a rookie free agency. Number 3, eliminate the 65-game rule or any game requirement for awards. Number 4, let top seeds choose playoff opponents. 5, bring back traditional home away jerseys, which shouldn't even make the list. 6, tighten up the gather step rules. And number 7, which is my favorite, allow referee press conferences. I want to start there, Mo. I want to start there because to me, Mo, I don't even want to necessarily allow referee press conferences. This is what I want for 2026. If I had a wish list, I want the refs to be accountable the way the players are accountable. Like if a ref makes a bad call or doesn't make a call, then the ref has to be held accountable financially. To me, financially, you know, like how the players say certain things that they got to pay. Then if it's the refs, they miss a certain call and it's egregious, they got to pay. That's what my list is. Out of all the things I mentioned to you, Mo, which one stands out to you? Which one you like?
Which one I like?
Which one you like? Which one stands out? What would you do?
Well, number 7 one stands out most definitely. I'd love to see the referee press conference. Oh my God! They said, "What was you thinking about when you missed that call? Did you know that was his final game and he was going to go to the Hall of Fame depending on his winning of that call?" And oh my God, it might be a fight there. One of the players might storm in. You might get it, man. I would love to see that referee throwing water bottles. It'd be wild as shit. And as far as maybe I don't know about abolishing the draft, but
yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb. You know, the one with the jerseys, that was stupid. I don't even understand that no more.
I don't either. I couldn't get it.
I played high school basketball, and you know, we had away jerseys and home jerseys.
Yeah, that's all we had. But they got a lot of different jerseys. You know.
So Mo, none of these things stand out to you besides like the other one to me that stands out is a 58-game regular season. Are you for the 58-game regular season?
That would not no, because then we really ain't gonna see nobody play.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, let me ask D Jones. D Jones, out of those things I read, what thing stands out to you? Do you like the referee press conferences, 58-game regular season, establishing a rookie free agency, abolishing the draft, eliminate the 65-game? Like there's so many here. There's so much here. So much meat on this bone. Which one's like this?
Press conference by the refs. It's one brother who ref. He's hilarious. I forget his name, but I don't know if y'all seen this guy ref when they have a challenge. He's so polite with it. He be like, "So,
yeah,
all out of bounds with his left hand, And so because of that, like I will watch his press conference all the time. Now,
I think I saw that guy doing a Celtics game this past
He
week.
did it last night. He did it last night.
he probably the best ref I ever seen do that. Light-skinned brother with curly hair, kind
Yeah,
of.
Billy Kennedy, I think his name is. Yeah.
Amazing at it. I would make the challenges like 45 seconds. These challenges seem like they 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I hate all these challenges. I'm not mad at them, but let's shorten them to 30 to 45 seconds and keep the game moving. Let's take out fouls. You shouldn't be able to.
So other than that, you find with the that would be.
And I would go back to the first round being best out of 5. Why we gotta do best out of 7? Let's do best out of 5. I think it make it more competitive for that first round.
Oh, I like that one too. Okay, then Jay, where you sit at, Jay, with some of the stuff I mentioned to you, man? Where you sit at?
Listen, how nobody locked in on number 4? Let top seeds choose playoff opponents. What the hell? No. We don't want to play OKC. Give us Sacramento. You know what I'm saying?
Give us the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? What is this? Who wouldn't want to be able to do that? But how does that make it more entertaining, dude? That just means people are gonna choose a team they can kill.
Yeah.
Nobody picks to fight with the gorilla. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
So it's gonna be all choking Bambis out there. So, but yeah, number 7, the referee press conference would be incredible. And especially if you get like some antagonistic reporter, you know, like a Bomani Jones asking them questions, that would be absolute television gold because he would just.
You don't think about holding them accountable, Jay? You don't think adding on to that holding them accountable? Because the press conferences is one thing, but holding them accountable by hitting them in their paycheck is something else too. I don't know. I think.
I think that's already baked into the cake because if they're lousy referees and they miss too many calls, I mean, they're not going to be employed anyway. So, I mean, I want to see them in the same way that they stick cameras in the players' faces when they nut up, at crunch time. I want to see that referee have to answer for that non-foul call when the dude needed 12 stitches after the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather see that. You know, I mean, to me, that's absolutely entertaining to me. Because, here's the thing. I think it can be beneficial, too. Because a lot of people don't know the game the way they think they know the game. You know, like when they think it's a call, it really wasn't a call, so the refs can explain a lot of that. So I think ultimately it'd be more educational. But to hold their feet to the fire, like immediately in the aftermath when they screwed up, I would want to see that.
All right, so that was. Go ahead.
I'm going to say one thing though, because we do have the referees up there. I think the first question any NFL referee should be asked: what's the catch?
I don't know what you mean.
He said NFL. What's a catch? Yeah.
Yeah. What's the catch?
Oh, you mean the NFL? Okay, yeah, that's the NFL. We'll get to the NFL with that.
I don't think anybody knows the answer to that question.
I sure don't. I asked you all that several times. I don't even know what the catch is anymore. Steve, the reason why I wanted to hold that question to you and ask you that is because you are the guy up here who has a lot of issues with the way the games are being called with the gambling and stuff like that. Do you want to hold the referees accountable, like what Jay said, or add more to it? Because to me, there are a lot of calls that are blown within the last 2 minutes of the game. I was watching some game the other night. I think it was the Dallas Mavericks game. Somebody blew a call, clearly clearly fouled and traveled, and they didn't call it. And game was called. You know what I mean? Clearly. And so I want players to that are held accountable. I want refs to be held accountable the same way. That's how I do. What's your take on this? Because you are the conspiracy theorist of all of us.
So before I go into it, don't they already have like a pool report after the game that the reporters can go and ask them questions?
Yeah, they do.
NBA refs.
Yeah.
So make the
But they don't show it to us.
make that a live press conference then, and I agree with you guys. Absolutely. Every time they make it, already they probably make it so that if they miss too many calls, it's like the NFL. They don't get to ref playoff games.
Right.
But there should be like, look, whatever their salary is, let's say they make $100,000 a year, right? For every time they screw up, it's a $250 or $500 fine right after the game, right out of their pocket, right? and I am going to cross sports here because, Frank, as you know, the NFL is so screwed up. Those guys also should be held accountable. We want to see cell phone records. We want to see all their personal stuff now. Throw gas on them, and throw them in jail. And here's why they don't do it. I'll tell you why they don't do it. And I'm going to really go in the Wayback Machine.
All right, Steve. But remember, we only got 10 minutes left, Steve.
All right, so I'll be quick. Right?
All right.
If you remember way back in the day, the Boston Bruins, Terry O'Reilly punched referee Andy Van Hellemond in the face after a call. And Don Koharski made a bad call against the Devils, and Jim Schoenfeld yelled at him to go have a donut, you fat pig. So that's why those guys don't have those press conferences right now, because you'll have Mo mentioned the players going after him, the coaches are going after him. So as much as we want to see it, we're not going to get it.
So that
and also, I don't like the 58 game rule. That's stupid. You're not giving the guys enough time to play, and I don't think they should eliminate the 65 game rule for the awards because too many guys they're sitting out too much with the what's it called? Maintenance, whatever. I don't like it.
Mo, it's time for you now, Mo. Give me a
Load
top
management.
five. The top five. We were going to do the top five because D suggested this. I thought it was a great one. Let's talk about the top 5 American players, and I wanted to definitely touch on this before the show was over because to me, the NBA is right around the corner. The NBA All-Star Game is right around the corner. The top 5 for them right now is SGA, Victor Wembanyama, Giannis, Jokic, and the Joker. That's their top 5. Who are our top 5 going to be for the American? Who you got for your top 5?
Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson. And we're going to get him naturalized. And we're going to make sure he becomes an American citizen. OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
No, I mean, of course you got to pick. Of course you got to pick. You got to get Steph Curry in there. You know, I mean, these dudes got to be there. LeBron, Durant, Anthony Edwards. Of course, like I said, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart.
Yeah.
I'm just picking names. I don't know who's going to be picked, but these are guys I know that if I'm thinking of them, I know whoever's on the selection team are thinking of these guys also. For center, for big men, Mitchell Robinson, you know, I mean, these are the guys that I'll be thinking about.
Well, right now, from the guys you picked, look like we get killed from the guys you picked. Let me see what D Jones.
We get killed. How we get killed with Kevin Durant, who you always talking about every team needs. Steph Curry, the greatest shooter ever in the history of NBA.
Mo, let me get to everybody else's top 5, then we can debate, because I will debate this. I happily debate it with you. D Jones, give me your top 5 American players.
My top number 5, I'm going Tyrese Maxey. Right now.
Good pick. Yep.
Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, probably Donovan Mitchell, Brunson, and Cade Cunningham.
Okay. I think they get killed too, but you know.
All guards.
Yeah,
No,
I think they get killed too. All guards.
I thought we were just doing the top 5 American-born players. Starting 5.
Starting 5. Yeah.
Okay. Starting 5. I forgot Ant Edwards. I would go at point guard Brunson. At 2 guard, I'm going Cade. At the 3, I'm going Ant Edwards. At the 4, I'm going Jared from Memphis, maybe. And the 5, I will have to go. God, Jalen Duren.
See, so I thought you were about to say Jake from State Farm. All right.
I mean, my joke is so good. Ain't no sinners.
Yeah, exactly. You the one who suggested it, and you didn't have your 5 ready. That's
No,
hilarious.
One the top 5 just best players, not by position.
You're right. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. You could do that. You could say that. Go ahead. Give me your top 5, Jay.
All right. Now this is just if healthy. Okay. I love Cade's game, and to me, Cade's a point guard, so I'm not playing him at the 2. So Cade's my point guard. I know they say Brunson is a point guard, but to me, he's a 2. He's out there scoring, so I'm putting Brunson at 2. At the 3, KD's still getting buckets, bro.
Mhm.
He's still out here doing that. Starting because he has to, because hey, LeBron, Ramon James Sr. Damn it. At power forward. God damn it. Argue with your mama. And number 5, because as I said, healthy in terms of talent, it is Anthony Davis for me in terms of talent. But he ain't, he always on the shelf.
Hey, he just got hurt listening.
I know. He hurt. He is hurt right now.
He got hurt listening.
That's why I said Mitchell Robinson.
He's
He
out with
pulled his groin tying his shoe or something like that.
he got hurt. Listen, he punctured his eardrum.
Go ahead, Steve.
All right.
Give me a 5.
I apologize. I'm not a basketball expert like you guys. There's a lot of crossover. I have Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron, Jason Tatum, and NBA champion MVP Jaylen Brown.
All right. So now you guys want to debate in the last 3 or 4 minutes of this? Because right now, out of the teams we picked, if you ask me, I don't see how we win. When the NBA All-Star Weekend starts, I just don't see it. I'm open.
We got a lot of
anything.
talent, man. We got a lot of talent. We got a lot of talent, man. I mean, like they don't get.
What Steph Curry did to, in the Olympics?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're still the best players.
We still, as long as we got Steph Curry on the court, he can go out there with me, you, JD.
You know who took
And that's just starters, though, man. Like I didn't mention cats like Desmond Bain, who I like a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of really good players that's gonna be, that I think can be on that team that's gonna help them win.
But you know what tilted for me is Jokic's passing and SGA's playing. That's what tilted for me in their favor. Because right now I would lean more on the American side, but with Jokic passing and SGA's playing and the way he could play, because right now he's crapping all over these dudes every single night now. Like nobody's stopping him. You know what I mean? Right now. So I don't see how one game, in the NBA All-Star Weekend changes that. You could put any in America like. I think he's sitting there making fun of all these dudes right now. So that's why I'm saying, and you always got to have that one player. So
and it's skilled players like Cat, man. Like dudes joke about Cat, but Cat's a really good goddamn basketball player.
But
you know what I mean? Like he causes a lot of problems.
But does Cat play for the American team, or does he play for? Because he's not necessarily American either.
He's from Jersey.
He's from Jersey.
Is he? I thought he was from.
His mother's from Dominican Republic. He's born and raised in Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's mixed with Dominican and sassy.
And you got Steph Curry and Anthony Edwards out there. And don't forget, no matter what, John Morant makes the team.
No, he does not.
No,
yes,
he
does. What?
He's on the bench.
You're not gonna put one of the most exposed. Only reason why he's
for the laser tag.
He got an automatic equipment violation, man. You can't play with ankle bracelets. He can't leave the state. If the game ain't in Memphis, he can't even play.
He was good 4 years.
Y'all fucked up. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong.
I like Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, I like Bam, but Bam can't stop. He can't stop Wemby. He can't stop Jokers.
He can't stop Wemby. The Knicks stopped Wemby twice already, and then they stopped him 3 times. Only lost by 2.
Well, you know what? This is what I'll say. All-Star game, All-Star weekend. These boys are playing for stuff, so we'll see. It'll be interesting.
I hope so, man.
Did y'all see Kawhi Leonard put up 55 last week?
Yeah, man.
We forgot about
the claw. When healthy, the claw is still that dude, man.
Like you said, when healthy. And last time you was
right. You gotta parse it. You gotta parse it.
All right, so we get ready to roll up out of here, Bo. Tell everybody how they can follow you, bro.
MOE_comic on Instagram, Maurice Smith on Facebook, and for New Year's Eve, my resolution. I made 2 of them. The first one is I'm gonna stop choking hoes, and the second one is from now on I don't fuck with nobody who got to save up to go to Atlanta.
You ain't got no Greyhound bus ticket, dog.
If we can't go to Atlanta right now together and hang out, there's no reason why I should be talking to your ass.
All right, D Jones, talk to me. Tell everybody how they can follow you.
Follow me Monday at the Pistons game, whooping the Knicks ass. Follow me.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we want to do a jersey bet right now?
What you want to do, Mo?
You know, I will create another jersey picture for you.
I want a real, like you in that Patriots jersey.
Ain't no Detroit Pistons jersey up here.
Jeez, hilarious. Jay, tell everybody how they can follow you, bro.
Hey, you can follow me into the time machine to go back to watch the Heat put that baby oil on them Pistons, baby. Follow me there.
Yeah!
Follow that.
I don't see G in the screen no more.
That's
Put that
right.
black back on.
That's right.
Gave him back shots.
Looking like Bubba Shrimp now. Now you look like Bubba Shrimp.
KO.
Follow me and Frank on Boston Straight Shooters on Facebook and YouTube.
Thank you all for watching. We'll be back Monday. Y'all have a safe weekend. We're getting ready to get this new year started out right. We'll be back Monday, 5 to 6 p.m., talking about the last weekend of the NFL and talking about how the playoffs are sorting out. We can't wait to be it. Can't wait to talk about it. We'll see y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.